welcome to Revsportz. It's more than 12 hours since we've seen the India victory. Refusal to shake hands with the Pakistan team, a refusal to shake hands at the toss as well, and an incredibly dominating win by India, giving a befitting reply to Pakistan. With me is Boria Mujumdar and Ashok Nambudri. We're going to be talking about everything that went down right from the very start of the day. We sat down for lunch and had this conversation about the uneasiness that we were feeling. At that point, did you think that pressure would be released?
I did. At every point in time, I've said that India started favourites and Pakistan needed a miracle. I never thought that miracles happen, and miracles very rarely do happen. I was giving Pakistan a 10% or a 15% chance at best. I did not honestly think one thing, and I have to confess this. I actually thought Pakistan was better. Pakistan is worse than what I thought. Oh. Pakistan is not even the standard of a Ranji Trophy side. This Pakistan that turned up today will get smashed by India every time we play. They stood no chance. First over done, second over done, 2 wickets. In the power play, half the job is done. At the end of 10 overs, you are 49 for 4. What are you playing? Who are you playing? And then when Abhishek Sharma comes, India is 60 in the 6 overs of the power play. The difference is chalk and cheese, Gargi. So the Pakistan that turned up is a Pakistan that was way below my expectation, and my expectation was already pretty low. So you can understand how bad they were. If this Pakistan keeps playing, I don't see them playing the final on the 28th. So it's not a third India-Pakistan match that will happen.
Ashok, I remember you giving Pakistan a 20% chance. I think there was a conversation about 80-20 in favour of India. Did you expect, like Boria said, did you expect Pakistan to be this bad?
Quite frankly, the game today was abjectly disappointing. I think, if you really look at 3 things, and I really want to talk about 3 things. One, your performance during the power play. I think that was absolutely unexpected from a team like Pakistan. I think they just didn't know what they were doing, and they didn't really get going. Next, when the ball starts slowing down in the middle overs, you need to then get your act right. We didn't see that happening. And third, very critical, I think at this level of cricket, at this level that the teams are playing, when you are under pressure, when there is a pinch, when there is a squeeze, how do you react to it? On all 3 counts, I think Pakistan didn't deliver. This is more closer to the associate nations performance than really a team of Pakistan's stature. That's really the thing. To answer your question, 20%, I think it was way below that.
Absolutely. Before we get back to talking about the cricket, Boria, I really want to talk about the filth that we've seen from Fahim Ashraf and everything that he's been posting on social media. First of all, it doesn't matter which country you are from, you are a representative of your country. I know Pakistan's chips are down when it comes to reputation, but at the same time, you still have a responsibility to be at least civil. Now, how do you explain the kind of stuff and the filth that we've seen from his social media accounts?
I can't. If I would have, then I would have at least have to navigate to the depths of disgust that Fahim Ashraf has stooped to. In my book, I don't see human beings stooping to that level that Fahim Ashraf has stooped to. And that's why I was continuously saying that I do not want a single Indian player to shake Fahim Ashraf's hands. I think he's vile. I think he's a rascal. I don't think he deserves to play any international sport which is played by people of civility. What does a game like cricket teach you? It teaches you fair play. It teaches you ethics. It teaches you respect. It teaches you civility. It teaches you many things more. Fahim Ashraf is a disgusting specimen of humanity who doesn't even have the basics to stand up to this great game. So I think divine providence, I think whatever you want to call it, he's been firmly put in place, and good on him. I think the Indian players knew about it. I think the Indian players had calibrated it. I think the Indian players came and executed it to perfection. They did it for their countrymen. They were conscious of their responsibility to put people like Fahim Ashraf in place.
Now, Ashok, compare that to the conduct of the Indian players on the field yesterday. We saw that even in the refusal of the handshake at the toss, even at the end of the game, they were very dignified in the way that they conducted themselves. What did you think of, we always expected them to not shake hands, but to see that finally happening, that symbolism of respect for the people back at home and the hurt they are feeling?
I think last night when the match ended, we obviously saw celebration, not the kind of wild raucous celebration that one associates with an India-Pakistan match, but a very controlled kind of satisfied celebration that we saw. Much later this morning, I think the fact that has hit home for me, and I'm kind of beginning to realize that I'm really delighted about it, is the fact that the Indian team actually brought a certain method and process to the way they handle this crisis situation. Why do I say method?
It's a leadership lesson.
It's a leadership lesson. I think when I say method, I think it was not by chance. I think it was well thought out. It was well planned. Boria earlier talked about what the coach Gautam Gambhir made the team sit down and talk to them about. We saw them at the net practice. They had pressure, but they conducted and they carried themselves with with dignity, with people who behaved like champions. At the end of the day, they didn't shake hands. They didn't face each other. I don't know if it was planned or not planned, but I think the way they did that, there was a fair amount of dignity in it. I've always maintained that you can say I'm not going to engage in a wild manner. You can say I don't want to engage in a dignified manner. When you do it in a dignified manner, it hits harder.
Kargi, I would also, I would urge you to, we've spoken in our post-match show about Surya, about Kuldeep, about everybody else, about Abhishek Sharma. Inevitably, this man flies under the radar. At one point in time, he had 3 runs, 2 wickets in 2 overs. I think Bapu deserves 5 minutes on this show. Let's talk about Bapu. Axar Patel flies under the radar every second day. But it was Axar Patel yet again with the ball who put the brakes on Pakistan and literally finished them off the moment he came into bowl, his first 2 overs. A word on Axar Patel, not as celebrated as Kuldeep, not as celebrated as Varun, but time and again, think of the World Cup final. It was not Virat Kohli's innings, but Axar Patel's 47 of 31 balls that transformed it for India. Word on Axar Patel.
I mean, look, versatility is something that is now being honored in the Indian team, and if there's a perfect example of what an all-rounder should be, it is Axar Patel. Axar Patel also took the catch yesterday. He ran from, I think he was in the slips or something. He ran from over there and took a brilliant catch. But at the same time, when we talk about his skills, they are unmatched at the moment. Like you said, he keeps flying under the radar, but the fact that he's in the team, he's made a place in the team, cemented himself. It's not, I don't see it under the regime of Gautam Gambhir. It's not easy to keep your place in the team. And the fact that he's impressed Gautam Gambhir so much so, and the performances that he's put in the recent past, it just, he's the perfect example of what an all-rounder should be.
Unsung hero, Axar Patel.
Oh, absolutely. I think when we were talking before the match, and we were talking about who would be our picks on player of the match, I think Kuldeep was the first man that we went to in terms of the name, in terms of bowling. So there is that aura about Kuldeep, a match winner. He's come back into form even in the previous match. We saw that. Confidence is sky high. Varun Chakravarti has this aura of the mystery spinner. We have seen him perform in the IPL. To that extent, Axar Patel is more like a solid citizen, but then I think what changes and gives him that X factor is really that he's so dependable. I think when he came on to bowl, and Boria, you and I were sitting next to each other, we knew that something is going to happen, and that is the quality that he brings in. So, agree with you, completely unsung, but perhaps a really, really solid citizen. I think we haven't seen we haven't seen the potential being fully realized. I was almost tempted to compare him with Ravindra Jadeja, but maybe that's a conversation for another day.
You wanted to ask something?
I was going to ask a question,
yeah,
but
please.
If your question is, if
no,
your answer
go
is
ahead,
related,
go ahead.
okay.
Yeah.
No, I wanted to go back to the leadership point that you brought up. In the way that the Indian team conducted themselves throughout preceding to the days leading up to the match. Now, from who to send for the press conference to what the messaging was for the team, Gautam Gambhir, I am sure, had meticulously planned it out, or at least made a conscious effort of every single step that he was taking and the team was taking. Your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, if there has been a shift in light, that is because this show is being recorded at a time when the stadium authorities are gradually switching the lights off. So don't worry about that. As long as you can see us, you can celebrate it. You know, the world will see light. India has shown you light. Okay? So imagine this. It'll soon be pujas. It'll soon be pujas in Bengal. And this is the start of the puja in the manner that the Indians have done. And we've got artificial light in the form of our friend Irfan, who's now holding the light up. This is what jugaad in the Indian style is all about. Absolute jugaad in the Indian style. And you will see another video of jugaad, which we will show you. So Gargi, we will have to put out our video of jugaad at 3 p.m. Exactly what you and Ashok were up to. So you are freed up as well. But coming back to the leadership lesson. Look, you sent Sitangshu Kotak. Sitangshu is a very solid guy, yet one who is not going to give you a headline to the media.
Right.
He knows that this is a time when things are sensitive. Things are on the boil. You do not want to send somebody like a Gautam Gambhir who might just get agitated. The next day, because you had sent Mone earlier, you send Ryan. Now Ryan obviously will not give you another headline. Ryan is not one of those people who you even want. In fact, when it was announced in the press conference room that the Indians are going to send Ryan Tendulkar, there was a collective sigh of disbelief. We don't want Ryan. But there comes Ryan Tendulkar, and the way he conducted himself with sensitivity and the way he answered those questions with a lot of how do I put it, maturity, I thought Ryan did a fabulous job. It was well calibrated on the part of the Indian media manager. So well done, Maulin Parikh. Well done. Coming back to the question of leadership, not once did the Indians respond to any provocation on social media. Not one player tweeted. Not one coach tweeted. Not one statement was put out by the BCCI. Even today, when the BCCI yesterday put out a match Twitter video, they said match number 2. They did not bother saying Pakistan. So at every level, India was conscious that this is a compulsion that they have to fulfill. This is certain, there is a certain, what do I put it, responsibility and duty because of how global diplomacy pans out. I thought the Indians have done it to perfection.
Absolutely. And final couple of questions to both of you. Going forward, there is another clash with Pakistan.
Why don't you take that first? Next match against Pakistan, what are your expectations?
It's going to be the same. It's going to be the same again. Pakistan at this point, the quality of the team is absolutely pathetic. We saw absolutely no fight from the team at all, and anything that we saw preceding to the match was only Fahim Ashraf on his social media. He did not bring the guts to the field, unfortunately, and crumbled under the pressure. India went in with conviction. India went in with a mission, and India is a far superior team. You can't even say at this point that that Pakistan has a 10% chance of winning. I think it's now slimmed down to less than 5%. So going into the next match, Pakistan will be way more under pressure. India will feel that relief of having won the first game and winning it with a considerable margin and a dominating win as well. So I think it's Pakistan who's under the pressure. The tables have absolutely flipped.
Ashok?
I think 2 points to say. One, agree with you that, in terms of both on-ground performance and off-the-ground performance, India have pulled away in such a manner that they are clearly the big brother here in every sense of the word. And, they proved it on the ground with the kind of clinical finish that they brought to the game. Off the ground, the way they conducted themselves, the leadership lesson that Boria just talked about, I think they've proved that they are really the big brother here. Going forward for the next match, Pakistan is going to be under pressure. I think the Indian team, though, will do a little bit of scrutiny there. I think that last bit they gave away 20 runs more than what they should have. And there's going to be some questions I think they will talk about in terms of the fast bowlers and what they need to do. I think there's not going to be any dew if this is how the conditions are going to be. The pitch is going to be a bit slow. It is likely to help the fast bowlers, but today I don't think they really got that bit Right. So, a few questions that they will ask, some more preparation, but in more ways than one, it's going to be Pakistan under pressure all the way.
Okay, let me answer this question, Gargi's final question, because we are kind of, our time is running out on this particular show. Gargi said, and Ashok also kind of concurred, that Pakistan will be under pressure. I actually don't think so. You will only be under pressure if you somehow believe you can do something. Now, if you tell me that, okay, you know what, you've got to finish this show by this time and do it well. Now, if I know I can't, then I will not feel the pressure. I'll just turn up, because I'm turning up knowing I will be hammered. Now, if an Indian football team turns up against a World Cup team, you know that however much you try, you are way underdogs. You don't, with respect to my friends Sandesh Jingan and Gurpreet Singh Sandhu, India doesn't stand a chance against a team like, say, an England or a Germany or a Spain. The qualitative difference is that much. If for example, today I decide to play a match against Gukesh, now I might know the basics of chess. The difference between Gukesh and me will be chalk and cheese. Now, Pakistan will only be feeling the pressure if Pakistan knows that, okay, you know what, I will be able to beat this Indian team. If I can do this, I have a chance against India. I don't think they have a chance. I think mentally, they've thrown in the towel. I think mentally they've given up. I think mentally they know that these guys are superior. I think mentally they know that, you know what, come what may, we might just maybe tad better, try and do some more runs or take a couple more wickets, but at the end of the day, the result is given. And in sport, two things happen. In sport, one thing that I've always seen is scarring. Mentally, how badly Pakistan has been scarred in this particular match. They have been totally decimated. Batting-wise, bowling-wise, fielding-wise. Pakistan dropped catches, India did not. Pakistan misfielded, India did not. Pakistan batted poorly, India did not. Pakistan bowled poorly, India did not. So at every level, when you take departments, you have outplayed Pakistan, outbatted Pakistan, outbowled Pakistan. Even diplomatically, you have conducted yourself with grace and dignity, and you have outdone Pakistan. So when next Sunday, I don't think Pakistan will be under any kind of pressure. They will know that it's another hammering waiting to happen. They are scarred. In fact, you know what? The boycott would be turned. Pakistan would have wanted a way out and said, God, if India would have boycotted this match, we would have had an escape route. But now we have them. We have them by the jugular. We have them by the throat. And once you have them by the throat, you pummel them, you pulverize them, you nail them, and you kill them. That's what India will do next Sunday. And as Surya said, it will be another dedication to the people who have suffered the worst dastardly act of recent times. Shall we finish it?
Yep.
Yeah,
Done?
I thought that was the end.
That was the end. Brilliant. So from us, Gargi, me and Ashok, that's the end of the show. Back with more. Keep watching.